What's up, people? Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Of course, it's been a wonderful couple of days of footy, and I'm totally, wonderfully, so happy to be through the quarterfinals on top of the table. Arsenal just looking great right now. But yeah, it was a tough one. We scraped through. Let's see. Atletico surprised everyone. Well, maybe not everyone. Got through as well. Barcelona handled Napoli. And, of course, Dortmund taking care of business as well this week. Bournemouth with an insane comeback against Luton Town. 4-3. It was 3-0 at halftime. Holy crap. That was nuts. Let's see what else happened. There's some crazy action in the Europa League today as well. Hey, Sarah, what's up? And, of course, it's the FA Cup at the weekend. I'll let you guys wax lyrical about that. I, myself, can chill. Not involved this weekend. There's also some Premier League. So, of course, we're going to get right down to it. But right out the rip, let's get the likes up on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for being here. Of course, we're on our way to 200 to 500, of course, to that magical 1,000. And get the notification bell on it if you are enjoying all of the content. But right out the rip, you get to listen to me waxing lyrical, as I say, about David Raya, the hero. Penalty shootout hero, man.
Yeah, man.
Loved it. Loved it. That I think David Raya is there's only one person that pips him for man of the match for me, and that's old Captain Odegaard.
Yep.
And other than that, tough to hand out plaudits, tough to hand out any sort of good, yeah, man, we weren't great. We weren't great. I want to actually, you know what? Before we get there, let's start with the positives. The positives we can take from this game are all intangible. We hadn't proven that we could handle this kind of nasty, get our heads away from actually playing kind of in-your-face, dirty tactics kind of game. We hadn't proved that we could really get through something like this. And now we've proven it 2 games on the bounce. I thought it was very important that we beat Brentford, who, of course, were not as, I should say, I don't know what the word is, not as crazy about it as Porto were, but it was still kind of a dirty game. And this game here, I mean, it's hard to even call it a game.
That was a game about.
Oh, man, Porto, even if you look at the last game, the first leg, from the first whistle, they were playing for penalties.
Yep.
Just like straight up, we'll take a draw. We'll take penalties, and I gotta say, feels a little cowardly to be in the last 16 of the Champions League with your 2 Champions League wins and your heritage, and that's the approach that you have to the knockout stages of the biggest, most prestigious tournament.
What are they gonna do if they moved on? Like, that's my question. Like.
Probably the same thing. Probably the same thing. Absolutely the same thing. And that's why I think that pretty much every team, any team that Porto faced would have struggled. Now, I'm not going to say that all teams would have struggled as mightily as we did, because we got sucked into their web of deception and hall of mirrors and just got completely wrapped up in everything they were doing.
Yep.
And so we mimicked their game.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, yes.
I've never seen Big Willie Magalhaes, both of them now, Willie Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. I've never seen them just hoofing it, just clearing it out without a thought for bringing it down and trying to play around so many times in this game. And what do I always say about teams that will hold it in the back until you put a little bit of pressure and then they just dump it forward? You have to win the second balls.
Yeah, man.
We didn't do that.
No.
We didn't do that at all. So the credit I will give to Porto, as you know, as despicable as I think their approach to this game was, they won a lot of second balls and they put a lot of pressure on us out of possession. In possession, they were a disgrace. They did nothing. They let their goalkeeper keep the ball like this was basketball without a shot clock. We could just hang on to the ball and stand there in the backcourt. No one cared. They actually had to make a rule to stop you from doing this, and that's what Porto were doing with the ball.
Right.
So I've really thought about this and decided to really not go crazy with my being mad at them. So out of possession, did some good things, put a lot of pressure on us, scared us. Really, we were scared. In possession, disgraceful and pathetic. Now, speaking of disgraceful and pathetic, we were completely cowed by the occasion, overawed by. I mean, I just never seen Arsenal not play, not put the ball down and try to pass it around because we knew they would have such an intense press. Liverpool pressed more harder than they do. Man City pressed worse than that.
Way harder, yeah.
And we try to play around them. But it's definitely like we were afraid to make a mistake. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, well, the mistake that you would have made would have been so costly here. And like you said, I think it's one of the simple fact that the occasion got to them a little bit because they know, like, it would have been detrimental to go 2 down the way Porto is playing. God forbid you give up the mistake when it's 1-1 on aggregate. God forbid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
well, God forbid we give up that same mistake in 2 weeks' time.
Right.
Are we going to play like that at Man City? Because that game is just as important. So I hear you. I agree with you, to be honest with you. And I'm hoping that it doesn't like seep into the next performance. I'm glad we have this 2.5 week break. You know, that
get it out of your mind,
get it out of our mind. Exactly. 100%. I put that on Arteta though. What is Arteta telling them that so changes the mentality? Or what is he not telling them that allows this mentality switch? Lewis, you as well. Both of you have far more kind of experience with this. You know, what is it that you think these coaches should say or need to say to get these guys to just do what they do?
Well, to me, go ahead. No, go ahead, man. For me, it was always when I would tell my boys, like when we played in our tournaments and we would go deep into these tournaments. So, you know, when you first start out, you have your game plan, but when you get down to the games that matter, right? Like these knockout stages, these games matter. We're playing people with a little bit more quality. They're also here. They're also bringing this mindset that this could be ours. They're thinking the exact same thing we are on the bus on the way to the game. The difference that I would always stress to my boys, especially, is we have prepped for this. We know how hard we've prepped for this. We know how hard we've spent on the training ground. We know our game plan. Do not let them take that from you. That is yours. That is yours to keep. Whether you live the day or die tomorrow or win this game and lose by 6, we go out there and play our game because that's our game. Do not let them take that from you. By doing that, that's how you're not going to let them take this tournament or that trophy from you. But do not let them take that game, your charisma, your pizzazz, your flow, your style, your structure, your tactics. It boils all the way down from coach to player. Do not let them, and I would stress this on the bus, do not let them take this from you today. We know who we are. We know who they are. We know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do. It is your job. As soon as we hit that field, I can't do anything about it. I have to trust you guys to not let them take this from you, top down. And that always really resonated. And at halftime, if they did get knocked off their perch, that's the time to go in there and go, guys, you know we're not playing our game. You know what we need to do. You know the adjustments. Now, and I would look right at my team leaders. Let me hear them. I've done all I can do up to this game. This 90 minutes is yours. You tell me what we're doing wrong, and I'll tell you if we're right or if you're on track or not. Because if not, I'll steer the ship. I'll make the switch, and then we'll head back out with a game plan in mind that we've reiterated over the last 5 minutes, and we went out with either re-solidified what we came here to do, or we have to switch it up because what we came here to do isn't working. And again, do not let them take this game plan from you. We have our orders; those do not change based on how they play, at all. Period.
I think you nailed it, because that they did exactly that. They took away. You could see it. We never did what we wanted to do, and it was because of I guess we were afraid of what they were doing. What do you think, Lewis?
I think the interesting thing is that, I mean, when I coached, my biggest thing would always be what do you want to do and what do you expect them to do to counter that? Because you've already played this opponent, and because since you know it's sort of a home and home, you can kind of anticipate some things. You can understand the feelings, and so if you get your players to start anticipating based on what you saw last time and based on what you've seen, because there's obviously film, then you once you get them in that, because the biggest thing, and X said it perfectly, you once you give them a game plan, you can't do anything, like you're on the side. So for me, it's always been about you start getting them through the thought process, because you need the thought process, and you need people who will lead, and then the guys that you need the most from. This is where you're like, hey, well, what do you think we're gonna do if this thing happens here? If they counter with this? Because I mean, you're playing chess. I mean, you're not going to win every ball. You're not going to win. You're not going to take the most shots. So once you recognize what they're doing, even if it frustrates you, it's important to understand. Okay, well, they've done this. What do we need to do to kind of either get them to change something where we can find a hole, or for us to survive to get to where you guys got, which was penalties. So you have to just look at it in the grander sense of, for example, you got your one, that's all you needed. Obviously you wanted more, but you're like, okay, well, we got our one. And then you go forward from there. And then, I mean, I hated practice, especially coaching. I hated practicing penalties, man. I hated it, man. But I accept the game. And so then you just got your keeper and your keeper's head, man. Like, hey, man, these guys, but I think you made a point about Arteta, and you made a point about the team where you're just like, hey, we just have to get through it. And that was my thing. It's more about reassuring the guys, and sort of, I've heard Pep say it before, and I've been a proponent of this before I heard him say it, is you got to let your guys make mistakes. So what kind of mistakes are you making that, hey, if my teammate makes this mistake, can I recover? If you're in your position, you're making the square runs, you're in the right places, then your mistakes are always sort of anticipated, so you can deal with it. Now the biggest thing that coaches can do from the side is keep your head when it gets chippy. That's the biggest thing you can do, because once it starts getting chippy, this is where the coach is like, hey man, hey, you want to sit down with me? You can come hang out over here.
Yep.
And so once you get the guys focused there, I think everything else goes from there. I think Arsenal did what they needed to do to go forward. I mean, and the thing about it is that, some people care about pretty and some people care about winning. I care about winning. That's the only thing that matters. So do that, move on. So congratulations to him for sure.
Yeah. And to piggyback off that real quick, Lewis, and that's one thing I would always like, if I in game, I would always, I would drag my guys. I knew who my team leaders were, and I would, I'd give them the signal, like, you're going to stand, I want you to come right here, and you have something to say to you. And most of the time, what I would reiterate to those guys is, you have to, I know I put you at center mid, get in the game. If you haven't touched the ball, if you haven't made the right run, if the game isn't flowing to your side, go get in the game. You have free permission. I need your head. I need your feet. I need your decision-making in the game. Go where the game is. Go where the game is. If that's their game plan and you're on the outs of this, I need you in. Go where the game is. Make the adjust. You have the autonomy to do go where the game is. Go get yourself involved. Go make the plays that I put you out there to play or to make. I don't care if the ball spent 80% of the time on the left-hand side because they didn't want you making runs on the right. You're now on the left with them because they're not playing the ball over there. We don't have to worry about it anyway. And as soon as they do, guess what you get to do? You get to go head back where you were, track it down, go get in the game. And it just felt like neither team wanted to ever do that. Neither of them wanted at
Well,
times to get in the game.
Well, I think someone who did try to do that was Mr. Martin Odegaard, and I want
Yes.
to give him some praise because myself and others have criticized, and rightly so, him for maybe ghosting a little bit in big moments, but not today. This was a huge moment, huge game where we needed a captain's performance. And I thought he did all the dirty stuff out of possession and the organizing and the running and the pressing really, really well. And remember what I said about those second balls? So their press was scaring us into booting it up the field, right? And so they pressed Jorginho really, really hard. Right around the 40th minute, I'd say. We tried to play a couple of balls. Jorginho, actually in possession, I remember, was frustrated with Willie Saliba because he wasn't wide enough. He was waving. Jorginho has the ball at his feet, and he's waving Ben White into the center, and he's pushing Will. He's like doing this number to both Ben White and Willie Saliba, like move, and they wouldn't move and didn't do what he wanted fast enough, and so he just tries to play it around the corner, a long ball, Hollywood style, into Kai Havertz, which is easily mopped up. But because Porto are not great, they also didn't do great with the clearance. And who's it fall to? Finally, someone steps up, puts in a little bit of quality, little jink, little deke, jukes a guy. Fantastic pass on the backside, through the inside, and then a smooth finish from my man Jack, Leo Trossard, getting the goal and, sending me running into the kitchen. Now that was like our what did we do there? How did that play start? We won a second ball. It's like this is the rocket science, guys. If a team is keeping the ball with their goalkeeper and just hoofing it long, win the second ball. We just didn't do that enough to be able to control the game is such where we were pressing them in. They hit it out, but we got it. It's coming right back in. They'd hit it out. We got it, but it's coming right back in. It's coming right back in. It's coming right back in. That's what happened to Karabag versus Leverkusen today. They just got more and more and more and more. Leverkusen pressed them in, and they ended up winning at the death. And so I think if we would have done that a little bit more, we could have been more successful. But I think we just got caught up in their dirty tactics, you know what I mean? But I do think it was wonderful experience. Arsenal are always accused of having no Champions League heritage, and I think this is great experience on our way to that. But Lewis, to your point last time about Porto and their Champions League heritage, 2 points I want to make. One, their performance did not respect that heritage.
No.
At all.
What I saw.
But secondly, where I think that this idea of Champions League heritage is very important, and I think that this is something that Arsenal fans, match-going fans, need to pay attention to, is that in the 75th, 80th minute, when the tie is tied, and the camera was panning the Arsenal fans in the stands, it was this.
Worried.
Meanwhile, you went over to the Porto fans, and it's.
I think honestly, that was probably one of the biggest turning points in the game is y'all winning that toss, man. To choose.
Oh yeah, both tosses were big for the penalties. Yeah. That was huge for sure. In the end, the fans definitely for the penalty shootout, the fans definitely came through.
Yeah.
But what my point is that I think that the fact that their fans, when they were in a hostile away environment, not playing well, not even looking like a goal threat, and yet needing a goal, their fans were calm. They were still banging the drums, throwing the smoke, waving the flags, having a blast, having a good time. And I think that is where the Champions League heritage comes in. If you think the Real Madrid fans are going to travel to Arsenal and it's a draw in the 70th minute and the Real Madrid fans are going to be worried or whatever, Nah, man. Then
I
you know
just
what I'm
saw
saying? That's the heritage. And now Man City, who have finally gotten over the hurdle,
Been
they
there, done
have that same they'll have that same energy. They're not gonna be, worried about the draw in the 70th minute because they know, hey, we've been here, we've pulled it out before, we've seen this before, we can pull it out. And I think that is one of the biggest things about last night's or Tuesday night's experience is that we've been able to finally pull it out, in a crazy environment. And last thing I want to say is fantastic penalties.
yeah.
Havertz, Saka, Rice, and of course, my man Odegaard. Fantastic penalties. And, I was nervous. I hate penalties when it's my team. I don't mind watching penalties from other teams.
It's nerving.
I hate watching Arsenal in penalty shootouts. Or of course Team USA. I hate that. It's just awful. And you can see my reaction. I put out a short yesterday on the channel, and you can go check that out and see how I really was the whole game. It was it was a lot of swearing. I wasn't happy, and like I was telling Lewis, I think that now's the time where, like I say, I'm mostly relieved, right? We got through the tie that would have been embarrassing to lose, and so now we can be like, all right, no matter who we get, win or lose, it's like, all right, we've done something here. We've done well. We've learned a lot this season, and this team has shown they can learn from past seasons and things gone
Right.
by. And so at this point, it's all a bonus. And for me, I say bring on Bayern Munich. I want Bayern. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying bring on Bayern in that, oh, yeah, we're going to smash them. They got nothing. I'm saying bring on Bayern because I want to knock Harry Kane out of the tournament.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of Champions League revenge because at this point, like, Bayern is going to suck. Barca's going to suck. Madrid's going to suck. Man City would be terrible. Atletico Madrid would make me cry. Dortmund will not be like, it's not going to be easy. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yep.
You think Man City? You think Lewis cares who he gets? No.
What I said the whole Champions League campaign last year, I'm like, you got to be that. You got to beat somebody to win it. So might as well stick them all in front of him.
I want Man City Bayern, bro. Pep v Tuchel.
Yeah,
round 2.
That'd be awesome, man. Talking about the team that people wanted to avoid. How did Inter go out?
Bro.
Dude, what a game that was, man. That right there is why I don't want Atletico Madrid, because Arsenal at that stadium would be a nightmare. Have Chelsea ever had to go and play Atletico Madrid in that stadium?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, hang on. Yeah. That's not
awful.
there. Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, we did. It's
I think that's a massive win for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Griezmann with the pirouette in the box. Memphis Depay coming in off the bench. Man, I don't think as they said on the World Cup broadcasts, the Spanish commentators, greasy. They call Griezmann greasy, and I love it so much. But I don't think he gets enough credit, man. I think he's underrated. Antoine Griezmann is he's an absolute monster. He looks like an 80s porn star these days.
Yeah,
he does.
But
he does.
I think as far as what Madrid Atletico have going for him, man, he's the superstar in that team. Of course, because the entire world is infested with ex-Chelsea players. Morata is leading the line. Alvaro Morata is leading the line.
Yeah, he's just a plant to move book money. That's
well, Azpilicueta's there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there to bring him down as well. But I watched the Dortmund game the day before as well, and
missed the Dortmund game.
Yeah, I think anybody that gets Dortmund, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun because it's gonna be basketball.
Yeah.
Atletico
Dortmund would be fun to watch.
I feel like if you put Dortmund against, say, a Barca or a Real Madrid or, a team that's not necessarily looking to just control all of the ball. Maybe Bayern, because like City and Arsenal, we'll try to like sit on the ball and try to possess it and control the game, as long as Arsenal doesn't freak out. But I don't know. Pep doesn't mind basketball sometimes, does he?
No, he'll play it.
Yeah, y'all can go toe to toe with the best of them back and forth.
To win, man. You just go win. You figure out how to win.
I think I'm hoping that Arteta has learned that from that tie, that no matter what, because I feel like that was a unique two-legged affair, right? Madrid aren't going to do that. Atletico might have some of that kind of, but they'll be far better as far as wanting to play, football. But honestly, I just don't want City, or Real. Like Real and City at this stage, I think Atletico is the worst one, and then I think avoiding City and Real would be nice. But if we get them, we get them. But like I say,
you gotta play who you play.
Bayern would be mine.
The draw is tomorrow, right?
Draw is like
for 6 in the morning.
For us, it's 6 a.m.
Something stupid.
Live watch along?
Whoa!
No, thank you.
You guys don't want to be up at 6 a.m. for the watch along?
Oh, I gotta wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to catch this Chelsea game on Sunday. I'm not waking up at 6 on Saturday. On top of that,
you gotta do it for the badge, man.
I'm gonna wake up and look at it on my phone. As soon as that's the first thing I'm Googling when I wake up.
No, I hear you. But Barca took care of Napoli as well, so that's Italy done in the Champions League.
Yep.
Oh, that one was tight towards the end. I did see that game. That one was pretty tight, and then once they broke through, it was lights out for them, man. They had a couple of chances. The funny thing is that when I saw they interviewed the Napoli president or the owner before the game, my mind was like, they're gonna lose. Like the second I saw him do it, because then he was just saying like the political speak and stuff. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna lose. I just felt it,
man. Yeah.
Because what it's like internationally known. He's probably like one of the most difficult people to deal with.
Yeah. Do you think that it not being at the Camp Nou is gonna like affect any kind of their home field advantage you might have in the Champions League because it's at the Olympic Stadium instead of the Camp Nou?
As long as the fans are in there, I don't think that'll matter.
Yeah, I think it matters.
Yeah, it feels weird. It looks so different than what I'm used to seeing Barca play in. The Olympic Stadium is really, really crazy. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the draw. I will not be up for it.
No.
Even after chastising you about it, I won't be up for it either. But yes, I will be tuning in immediately upon waking. Speaking of waking, Luton should have woke up for that second half because holy crap, what a game this was. Tale of two halves, if ever there was one, right?
Bro, yeah.
I mean, Luton, man. As soon as I decide that I'm gonna like follow Luton and like I'm gonna keep up with you and cheer you on and hope that you survive and stay and kind of give a little bit of an emotional attachment, you start throwing daggers, man.
I mean, they just absolutely thought they had Bournemouth in the bag, and I don't understand why the 62 wasn't a wake up call. They didn't change. It wasn't like after Bournemouth got to the game changed.
No,
it
nothing.
was.
They just folded like a lawn chair.
Like
lawn chair settings. Lawn chair set. Demolished them in the first half. Ross Barkley masterclass in the first half. Caps it off with a goal.
I was about to say caps the entire half off right at the half. You know what that's gonna do to teams.
Oh, dude, yeah. And then
it did the exact opposite of what it usually does. It turned them off, and Bournemouth were like, hey.
Arsenal fans don't come for me on this one, but old Dominic Golenke with a Dennis Bergkamp-esque turn in the box, out of the air, out of a nothing, bamboozles the defenders and just slots it home. Dominic Golenke, man, making up for possibly, for doing a Lautaro Martinez.
Yo,
That's what he's done.
rubbing
A week ago, Dominic Solanke hit a penalty that greatly resembled the Lautaro Martinez penalty that is now on the moon. Like the meme that have you seen all the memes that are just
yes,
crushing Lautaro right
I
now?
feel so bad. That's twice. That's honestly twice he's let them down like that.
Man, if you want to smile, I got Lewis. You're not really into rival fans' tears, but if you want something to laugh about, there's a YouTuber called Footy Judge Mo who's an Inter Milan fan, and his watch along, the end of his watch along, is making the rounds on the clips for YouTube. It's hysterical. It would be like if Cole Palmer did that and Chelsea were there, and Cole Palmer did that, and y'all went out of the Champions League, and Xavier just had to. Eventually, the mod just cuts the stream because he's freaking out. No, man. But yeah, that's probably what Rob Edwards was doing in the locker room after Bournemouth come back. How about Semenyo with the 2 goals, the equalizer and the winner?
Yeah.
Cold, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some fantastic winger play. Huge missed opportunity for Luton, though. Back-to-back huge missed opportunities. But they got an even bigger game at the weekend against Forest. Another big opportunity, but we'll get to that after we discuss the FA Cup. But, yeah, we will start with Manchester City hosting Newcastle. What are we thinking, Lewis?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think City will be fine. De Bruyne will.
I heard he's out.
Yeah, it's a groin tweak, which again lends itself to whenever we're just gonna go ahead and shoot straight. Whenever he doesn't play well, it's probably because he's injured. Like, I mean, that's literally what it is.
That's fair.
Because when he came back, he played 6 consecutive games. He was coming on as a sub. Then he started a couple. He's playing the full 90, not getting subbed off. And then all of a sudden he had a game where you're like, hey, man, you don't look the same. Yeah. And then he came off early that one. And I think it's injury. So I hate to put it this way, but you got to I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but you got a kid glove with him, or you got to use like sort of he's delicate care, man. You got to hold him for the good ones and then do as much as you can, because like groin injuries are garbage anyways. I remember one time I forget when I was playing.
So rough.
It's awful. Like, and there's nothing you can do because it's a muscle injury. So, it just has to heal. And the thing about it is, for example, when he said he played with the calf injury and then it completely just ruptured. Like, so, if his muscles are giving him issues, that's a huge deal. Obviously he can play the game, but
I was about to say, do you think he's going to be, I hate to even say this, is there a world where De Bruyne is in the Saudi league?
No, I don't think so, because I don't
know.
I put it, the reason I say I don't think so is for the following reason. First, he said that he would want to play in MLS and he would be a DP. So he'd get paid a ton of money. He has like 3 young kids. I wouldn't take 3 young kids to the Saudi league. Not because, it's something against them. It's just like, if I can choose, because he's going to be able to choose whenever he comes to the States. So he'll be in New York or LA, right? He'll be wherever you want, Houston, he'll be wherever he wants to be.
Yeah.
But I look at it.
How close, I guess what I'm getting at is how close to, because cities, I don't care who you are, there's a nature around City where it's a lot like where Chelsea was, I would say in the early 2000s. It's play or leave, man. Like, we don't have that much room for fat around here. Like, we don't. I'm sorry, you just don't.
His issue is he's not really fat as much as it's just.
If you can't play another half season,
well, I mean, he's
6 out of them this year.
Not next year, no. But I think that the issue is I think Pep, like if we pay attention to how Pep played him before, he used to play him all the time. So I think the way they play him will change in the future, because I think they're going to give him like 2 more years or something like that. I think he has one left, or like a year and a half. And I think they're going to give him like an extra one to just give him the 2 years, to give him the 10. and then so he can get his testimonial and all that stuff. But they're working on obviously bringing somebody else to replace him. Like the team looked different when Foden came in and was in the middle. He's still, I mean, obviously world-class guy when he's on it. But looking at, them playing, later, I mean, you have to think, well, Newcastle is always a test because one, and I'm shooting straight. You never know how they're going to play. Like, I don't even know if they know how they're going to play.
They don't know how they're
And
going to play. No. I can answer that for you. No, they don't.
And so you look at that. I mean, it's greatest at home. But,
they don't even know how they're going to play in game. They switch it up. I don't know. they just, hey, you know what? No, we're going to play for 10 minutes.
But it's funny because obviously since this is like the same day as what a regular fixture would be before the internationals and all that, you'll probably see Foden in the middle. Obviously you got Ortega starting in goal. He was going to start this one anyways, but he's been good. I expect, and I'm being honest, I expect Walker to not start this one because it just, I mean, he's been so weird and up and down. Like, I understand he has personal things going on, but, it kind of is what it is. I think Gavardio will probably play this one as well. And then you got your Foden. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Haaland and Alvarez will play together in this one. I think he'll only play one to start. And obviously the starter
it'll be Haaland.
And I think, I mean, City, it's at home. And so they normally play well at home. And they don't do replays at this point, so it's either extra time and then penalties. So it's
do we see the Kova Nunez combo, or does Oscar Bob come in?
I think up front. I think up front it'll probably be.
Is Doku healthy again?
Yeah, I think Doku will start. I think it'll be Doku, Haaland, and Bernardo or Foden, and then Bernardo, Foden in the middle next to Kova and Rodri. And then in the back, it's probably Diaz is going to start since he didn't start the last one. I'm pretty sure Stones will start. I think Gavardiol will start, even though Ake is in pretty good form. I mean, he obviously had an error in the last one. And then I think Akanji plays.
So you're telling me he's going to break up the dream team, Kovacic and Nunez?
Wow.
Yeah, because the thing is that he likes when Kovacic plays with Rodri as well, because then Rodri can do whatever. It's sort of like he's like the Jorginho of what happens. Yeah. So he's going to do the same thing.
Yeah. Interesting. I think y'all will still have enough. Oh, Vtex is back.
What happened? Is he's picking on Patrick again? What happened?
Patrick ain't even here. He's picking on him again.
Patrick ain't even here. My man's getting roasted.
Yeah, Patrick. He's not gonna be joining us this evening.
No. We're fighting ourselves, man. We weren't even playing Newcastle. We weren't even playing anybody. We were playing ourselves. We played ourselves.
Yeah, Newcastle, based on what I've seen and based on what I saw in that Chelsea game, Max, they're like, it's like a wounded animal, man. It's like a wounded animal, right? Like a dangerous wounded animal. Like,
exactly.
You can get close and you could probably put them out of their misery, but they might take a swipe at you on their way down.
Right.
But I just think that Man City are going to have far too much for him, even if Newcastle. I mean, I think Isak is back for this one. I think Trippier might be getting close to being back as well. Did he get named to England? I don't remember, but I still think they're just kind of in disarray at the moment, and I think that Man City will have too much. What do you think, X?
I mean, I back Man City here. If Newcastle play any type of way they played against us, that game should have been 5. That score line is
Don't give Vtex too much. He'll come for you. He's gonna come for you with that.
I know. Gotta. But that score line was extremely flattering to them. If they bring that same game to City, bro, 3-0, easy.
Should be bad.
Easy 3-0. I'm gonna say 3-1 because City gives a goal.
That's that swipe.
But that's the swipe.
When Ortega plays, it's a little different. I think he's a better shot stopper than Ederson is. He's a different distributor, though.
I think it'll go 3. I think it'll go 3-1.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
does this count? I'll go 2-0.
No, it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't
I
count, but
I don't have it up. I didn't like write it up in the thing or whatever.
It's all good. It's all.
But yeah, I expect City to cruise for sure. And it's one of those things where Pep has never even been the kind of manager to not take the FA Cup seriously or to rest because it's the FA Cup.
Right.
Plus, it's the quarterfinals already, so I don't see anyone really doing that. But yeah, Man City favorites for sure, looking good to go through. Speaking of that game, X, you're hosting Leicester, Mr. Red Bull himself.
Mr. Red Bull himself.
Your boy Jamie Vardy coming back to the bridge.
Used this season at the bridge was Jamie Vardy at the bridge.
Vardy. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love to see it. Yeah, I'm up for it. I'm gonna be.
They're flying high, man. They're flying high. Let me look at this. Let me look at this championship table because I think they're in first place, dude.
They should be. They brought a Prem team to the. They only lost 2 players.
I don't know, man. They lost Madison. They lost Digne.
They lost Jamie Madison to the Spurs.
To Yuri Tielemans. Ooh, Leicester have lost three of their last 5 games.
It's over, man. Posh's job on the line. It's over.
Bro, they scored 74 goals this season. Damn.
Not at the bridge.
Yeah, not at the bridge. You hope, man.
We need it. Bro, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to the game. I'm going to the supporters club. I'm going 8 o'clock in the morning. Bro, I swear I'm bringing an Xbox controller just to throw on the ground.
All right, here I got some stats for you from the BBC. Chelsea have progressed from 7 of their 8 FA Cup ties against Leicester. They lost the 1-0 defeat in their most recent meeting in, that's right, the final of 2021. Leicester have won just 1 of their past 13 away games against Chelsea back in 2018 in the Premier League. Chelsea have won their past 5 FA Cup quarterfinals since losing to Everton in 2016, and they have reached the semifinal of the competition in 5 of 7. Raheem Sterling, 4 goals in 2 appearances against Leicester, including a double for Chelsea at the Bridge in August 2022. His first 2 goals for Chelsea. And all 7 of Leicester's FA Cup goals this season have been scored by different players, with only 6 clubs having more scores in the competition this season. So, do we have hope? Lots of it? A little of it?
Nah, man. Bro, if we lose this, I swear, I'm red-eye ticket straight to London, and I'm going to kick someone in the kneecap. It's going to be Sterling first, and then when Posh walks around the corner and goes, "What's going on?" He's getting smacked too.
Why was Pochettino at the Brighton-Roma game today?
Because he's trying to gun for his next job, because he knows he's gone. He knows he's gone.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I mean, I guess he's just going back to Brighton. Bowley probably sent him to Brighton to help scout.
Just buy Brighton, bro.
Just buy Brighton.
You should have just bought Brighton.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't think there's any excuse here on this one.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at with it. There is no excuse for this to go south at the Bridge. If it goes, Jake, I swear, bro.
Hey man, I told you about,
if I see Jamie Vardy hitting a Red Bull at any point on Sunday, I'm done.
Dude, he's going to. Bro, there was an article about a game like 3 weeks ago where he's still doing it. He's still doing it, and then he scored a double.
Came up and scored a double.
Yeah, bro, he's definitely having a Red Bull right before the game. He's gonna come on right as he's coming onto the field and score a hat trick. His heart's gonna be pumping out. You're gonna see his heart coming out of his chest,
cartooning like out of his chest.
Yeah, man. So I feel like he's gonna get one, but I think
Oh, it's
At
gonna
some point, you guys have to just stand up and be like, "Look, we are better than this team.
yes.
We can't. We really look like as Gallagher should play, and he should be the one to look around and be like, guys, it's not.
This is not okay.
Yeah, we're
Well,
gonna beat Leicester.
is
We're
Poch
gonna
gonna
beat
play him
Leicester.
in the center where he needs to be, or is he gonna play him out on the wing and we just get jacked and scored on immediately during the switch? Like,
You know, I would ask you that question, but I don't even think Poch knows. So
I
how?
don't know. I think Pochettino literally draws rocks for positions before every game. Every game, I swear he does it.
He's got a tarot reader.
But then
He goes in and asks his.
But then he gives Raheem Sterling both actual rocks to start, so Mudryk just always hits the bench. Like,
No, I've got it. Raheem Sterling is picking the lineups. That's why he's always in them.
Why he's always in it.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
If it were me, Mudryk starts. Mudryk, Jackson, Palmer, Connor, Enzo, Caicedo, Cucurella. This is where it gets dicey. DCIC, I would start Trevor again, even though he messed up, and I get it was first game back, but I like his speed and I like how he covers ground. Like, he's at least fit enough, you can see that. And then obviously Malo Gusto.
Yeah.
With my boy Petter, my great value Petter check in goal.
Petter Jr.
The 3 Petter checks in goal.
Oh man. Yeah. I like it.
That's the strongest lineup we can possibly put out. What's really going to be fun for me and really weird for the team is because Malo Gusto's had a good season. There's no like, he's had a decent season filling in for Reese. Reese gets healthy, which is coming up. You know, it's how do you displace someone who's in form?
Malo plays left. Gusto displaces everyone on your left-hand side and just put him on the left.
Yep. Just Cucurella. Even if Chili's healthy,
Gusto is playing good enough.
Good
enough.
I'd do that. I'd make that.
And he's young enough to adapt and figure out how to adapt his game to the left-hand side.
But it has to be better than Cucurella.
I mean, to be honest, Cuckoo, he did defend well. He did okay, but he's just got that. He's got that streak.
He's my size.
At any point, you can see him pulling one of those Brexit a day tackles from that Instagram account.
Oh, he's my size. I would have to pull one of those tackles on some of these instances just to get
Oh my goodness.
Like, he doesn't weigh any. He's literally an inch taller than me, and he's got 20 pounds.
Yeah. I still think you can do it. I think there's a Wembley redemption arc maybe coming for Pochettino.
Oh, if we win the FA, oh my God! Don't get me started, bro.
You might have to go through your fellow cup chaser there to win this FA Cup.
I could see City in a final.
We're getting
good odds on City in a final. If we see Liverpool in the final, I'm not watching it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You don't want the redemption, bro, the redemption story. Or you're just fodder for the Klopp retirement tour.
5 trophies in a row they stole from us, bro. I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. Nope.
Oh my God.
If Poole goes to the final with us, I'm done. I'm saying that season, it's over. If we don't get 7th, I'm out. I'm see you boys next year. I'm done. On the beach. I'm on the beach before Graham Potter was.
So here's the scenario. Wolves go through. Chelsea goes through. And you get Wolves.
Yes.
And then City play Liverpool.
Let the other 2 monsters eat each other.
Who would you rather play in the final?
City.
All day, for real.
City on a one-off, yes.
Bro, you know how tough it is to play against a team 3 times in one season? You've drawn them twice. You've gotten great results against them twice. You'll probably get dumped. That's another reason why I'm not excited about this third Arsenal City game where we've beaten them twice. Yeah. It's dreadfully difficult to beat a team 3 times in one season.
I just don't want to see the Klopp retirement tour again in a final. That's just where I'm at with it. I think City's a fair game.
I'm just saying, like, there's not that many people left. If you go through it, you have a 25% chance.
Actually, I'll change that answer. I want to see.
There's a 33% chance.
I'd rather see Liverpool because they're more injured. So it's the less It is the lesser of two evils. Even if
I don't
the
know.
rest,
Salah would be back for that game, supposing he doesn't. Bro, they blasted,
no, they
they won 12-1 on like
they bland
11-1 on aggregate or something.
them.
Destroyed them, bro.
Bland them.
Manchester United should be shaking in their space boots. And speaking of, it's at Old Trafford, yes,
Don't care.
but the Old Trafford factor is kind of not what it used to be. Not
And
what it used
fellas,
to be.
I gotta take a quick pause.
Yeah.
I'll catch you. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I get that. It's and the Old Trafford effect. Like I said, man, I just think Liverpool are going to win this game. I think they're just going to steam ahead. They're not going to lose another one. It's going to be a really tight race to the finish of this. I think Pool are going to win this by 3, like 3-0.
Yeah.
Just because Manchester United, like, if you try to sit and counter on Liverpool and let them be in your face with the amount of attacking power they have, they're going to punish you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And everyone on their defense can get back enough to stave off a counter. Like, that's exactly what we tried to do, and we played them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just feel like after what Pool has been on right now, and they brought back the whole team for this Slavia Praha game.
Yeah.
Or Slavia Prague or whatever.
Yeah, Slavia Prague. Mm-hmm.
To give them minutes to
Right.
get it, kind of get the legs back. Salah came back in. Bro, I when I started out watching the games today, because I needed Liverpool to win for my DraftKings. My DraftKings account. They get you with that. They get you with that initial one.
Yeah.
And so but Liverpool did me a favor today, so I'm happy about that for
That's
sure.
right. You can play now.
Yeah, it's legal.
That's
It's completely
right, yeah.
legal.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can play now. Yeah.
And so of course I did that because you know me, I'm a degenerate.
Yes.
But hey man, I did decent. I did all right today, so I'm excited about that. But I think that the way Liverpool are playing right now, the confidence that they're flowing through them, and it's a derby. It's the Klopp retirement tour. Like the only hope Manchester United has is that it's the derby. It's Liverpool. We hate you guys.
It could cost them. I mean, Manchester United have a say here. If they really get up for the game, they have a say.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the only. It's like I want to see your pain.
Yeah.
That's the only approach that United can have. Like Ten Hag maybe doesn't even maybe shouldn't even say anything.
Right.
They should get Eric Cantona in the dressing room or Roy Keane in the dressing room to just scream indecipherable nonsense. We will not lose to the
Bring Scalzi back and let him just
absolutely God. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the only way because Liverpool will absolutely put it on them.
Punish them. And it's so bad because I'm really torn here. Like I don't want to see Liverpool get on a tear because God forbid we do see them later because I don't want the momentum to get too big. But I also need United. The way this table is really matching up for us, I need United to drop some points here because
this is FA Cup, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's the FA Cup. That's another FA Cup match. We'll get to the Premier League games in a second.
Yeah. No, but right. I would rather see United win at that point.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, as far I hate United. I hate United.
I don't want to see United anywhere near silverware ever.
I
win a 10 cup last season. I mean, I would have been on it this season. Trust me, I would have been all over it. I would have been like, yeah, we won. Yeah, we won the energy drink special. I don't care about anything. I don't care, man. We're in Europe. But yeah, I don't want to see them anywhere near silverware. They should not be anywhere near Wembley.
I disagree, man. I would rather Pool go out.
Oh yeah.
Because
me too.
I don't want to see the quad.
Yeah.
But also I don't want to see Man City do a treble, do a double treble. I don't want to see them do a four-peat.
No,
I don't want to see them set these records that no one will ever beat. You know what I'm saying? So I guess what I'm really saying is I do want Poole to go through because I think Poole are the only team that could stop them.
could stop them. Yep.
Um,
But then pulls on a double.
that's fine. Poole can have their FA Cup, League Cup double because I'm not worried about Europa League. Leverkusen are blessed by the German gods of football. I don't know if you saw the end of the game today. I had money on that one, and that turnaround, I went from not making anything to winning my bet because of those 2 goals in the 90th minute. I was losing my mind. So Leverkusen are blessed by the gods of football, and they'll probably go on to win the Europa League. I desperately want to see a Liverpool Leverkusen final. Desperately want to see that. But AC Milan are still in the tournament, and don't forget about the old West Hammers. So that one's definitely got some intriguing matchups for Liverpool. But yeah, I don't want to see the quad. I don't want to see the treble either. I don't know. Chelsea might be able to do a madness against City. They might be able to do a madness. That'd be awesome.
Got good odds against City in a final, man. That's all I'm saying.
That would really be awesome. But yeah, I
We have
don't see
horrible odds against Liverpool in a final, but City, the best team in the league. Oh no, we got them. Liverpool, Liverpool. On the other hand, we see them. They could be in 10th. We'll lose.
Liverpool are haunting your nightmares.
I hate them.
But the best team in Europe, yeah,
yeah, got that.
Oh man. Unfortunately, I don't see. I mean, like I say, no tactics that Ten Hag has shown us are going to be able to withstand the onslaught. You know, I guess Wan-Bissaka's back, so that's big.
He's fast.
I thought he's one of their better defenders. So their outside backs will be decent, Della and Wan-Bissaka, but still, just the pressure is just going to be intense, immense, and continuous. And I don't think United can cope. I just don't think they will. Maybe Rashford will get one, but 3-1.
If they, like I said, man, if they sit on this game like they've been trying to do it, bro, they're gonna get
the Old Trafford seal's been broken this season.
Yeah.
You know, last season it was still a fortress. They still had a fantastic record. This season, people are hitting 20 shots on them every single game.
Yeah, because they just sit and
they're gonna get smashed, dude. They're gonna get smashed. Yeah, absolutely. There is one other game to look at. Wolves hosting Coventry. Coventry on a big run.
I don't know, bro, but do I want to see Wolves? I think we've lost to Wolves twice now in the league.
I mean, Wolves are going through, man. Like,
I mean, out of everybody, I'd rather see Wolves. You know what? No, let's go ahead and get it over with. Pool. No, because that means we're going to see City in the final.
Not necessarily. Newcastle could do a madness.
Yeah, okay.
What if Wolves do a madness? What if Coventry does a madness?
Well, what if I would take Coventry all day?
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would take Coventry at Wembley.
I would be like, I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I've done. But
oh my god, dude. If it meant that you got Coventry in the semifinal, would you accept Poole in the final?
I just honestly, man, where I'm at with it, I just don't want to see Poole in a final.
I understand. Yeah, I think Wolves at Molineux should be too much for Coventry. Let me look at. I do have the thing still pulled up. I'll look at the table right quick. They're in 8th in the championship. Yeah, man, and they're fighting for a place. I don't know if they'll play a full strength team. I mean, probably will because it's the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Give it a go, but
no, you wouldn't.
Wolves don't have Pedro Neto. Yeah, man. Wolves are just gonna have too much. It should be easy pickings.
Should be.
Yeah, I don't think there's much going on that one. But there are a couple of Premier League games that we can look at as well. I actually didn't even get to do my predictions. It's been a busy one today. What time are we on? Perfect. All right. Yeah, let me take a look here. I think the biggest game, probably one of the most important ones. I know that Spurs have a chance to hop into fourth place.
Yeah.
But also,
Huge day coming up into this late run in, man.
they have to play everyone.
Everybody.
They have to play everyone. But yeah, I think the biggest game in the league, I'm going to go ahead on a limb and say it's Luton Town hosting Nottingham Forest.
Ooh.
Massive game, dude.
6 points, baby.
It's definitely a huge 6-pointer. Let me get my predictions table up here. We'll do a little prediction action here. Yeah, I haven't even fixed this thing. Let's see. Yeah, Luton Forest. Man, I got some really good odds on this one, so I put some money on it, but yes, VTEX, we agree. Liverpool would probably wreck Chelsea again.
It wasn't even a wreck. Stop.
Nightmare settings.
Stop.
Nightmare settings that got PTSD. They would crumble once again. But yeah, Luton Town hosting Nottingham Forest. Massive game, man. If Luton win, they leapfrog them, go out of the bottom on goal difference. And they have to have it, man. They have to have this. This is like you had the chance. Bournemouth dropped points.
Yep.
You had the chance.
Yep.
And you didn't take it.
Do you think that
you were up 3 goals on Bournemouth and you lost the game, had the chance, didn't take it. You have to. You're
about to let Forest just have a masterclass, bro.
Man, they're flirting with getting put down.
Yep. One more Gerrard slip like that, man. You know, for all VTEX over here. One more Gerrard slip. One more.
Oh God, yeah. It's not looking good, man. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about the Hatters. They have to beat Forest. And the Kenny, it's tough. The Kenny's a tough place to go. But I don't know, man. Are they crumbling? Is the pressure getting to them? I don't know. How do you drop a 3-goal lead?
Do they want? Well, of course, no one really wants.
No.
Teams want to go down. Like you see that. Like, hey, we need a year. Like we need
Sheffield needs it. Sheffield needs some time. They probably know they need some time.
Yeah.
Luton have what it takes, man. Luton have what it takes to stand up. And right now,
4 games, right? That's the prim for you. They need to stand up for games, like.
Yeah, I mean, this is hey, it's as they say, stand up and be counted time. It's time to be like, look, we're staying, we're not going anywhere. 2-1 Luton.
We are here, right?
2-1 Luton. Let's go, baby. What do you think?
1-1.
Yep. Not giving it to him, eh?
No, 1-1.
Not gonna give it to him.
I think they give the one away for Forest late.
Don't do it to me.
Don't do it to me. On a
At
corner
the Kenny.
first.
Yeah, neither of these teams defend very well. So
baby goals. Let's go 2-2. There might be more goals than 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. They just played out a 4-3, so
let's go 2-2. Yeah.
Although Forest don't give a lot of goals. We'll see. But I think it'll be tough either way. Should be a fun one. Definitely a lot on the line. So they'll both be up for it. Luton might have a hangover. Maybe they'll bounce back. I am hoping. Well, let's see what else. Fulham hosting the Tottenham Hotspur at the Craven Cottage. Yep, it is at Craven Cottage.
They let me down last week, man.
Who, the Cottagers? Fulham?
Yeah, man. They let me down last week.
I think they're going to let you down again.
I'm not betting on them this week.
No, I'm betting on Spurs, for sure.
I got to go. Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, you don't want to have to cheer for Spurs, but hey, you know, you do what you got to do.
It's gonna be like
I
3-1
think,
Spurs.
yeah, I think it'll be something like that. I think it'll be tight. I think that Fulham will struggle with the high line.
They let me down so much. Yeah, especially that Liverpool.
Yeah,
Tottenham's back at.
yeah. I think that it'll be close, and then in the end, Spurs will have a flurry. They normally have their 10 minutes where they 1-2 punch them, and I think yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go 3-1 as
3-1.
well. Was that your score as well?
Yeah. Yep. It's just, man, Fulham are playing so well week in, week out, and then they absolutely just tanked last week, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope to see it. I hope to see that again. To be honest with you, I could use Spurs victory this weekend. As much as weird as that sounds, but I have fiscal reasons, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, man. I think that Madison is playing well. Udogi's back. Poro's back. Vandervent. Their whole back line is back. Did you see the cross that Sarr put in for the second goal, whichever goal it was?
Yo.
Yeah, man, that was sick. Basuma's looking good. They've pretty much got their team, and so I think Spurs probably going to kick on and have a strong finish to the end of the season. They'll have their say in the title race, of course, but these are a big 3 points. Spurs can leapfrog Aston Villa, at least for the time being, because Villa do play on Sunday, I do believe, and it is at the London Stadium, the Bubbles.
Yeah.
Both teams coming off huge European victories. No one saw West Ham dumping 5 on little old Freiburg.
Yeah, you could see where their priorities were last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Villa dumped 4 on Ajax. So both teams flying high. It is an away game for Villa, not as strong on the road, but man, I think they're going to do this one. I don't know though. This one could be tough because it's every time I think about West Ham have this and West Ham have that, I'm like, yeah, they also held 6 at home, and their fans were leaving on the 40th minute, and it was glorious. So but then
I think y'all did set a record or whatever for earliest home fan leaving.
We did.
Yeah, I think
we did set a record that day. But I watched Freiburg hold off Bayern Munich in the league a couple weeks back, and I thought to myself, West Ham might struggle. Freiburg got the 1-0 lead, resolute defensively. They might be able to hold them off. It took like 3 minutes or something like that. West Ham were all over them. And I think that there might be a similar level of intensity in the game versus Aston Villa, because West Ham are still in the mix, 7th, 8th, right in there. If they beat Villa, that's massive.
Yep.
Looking up the table.
I need them to lose too. Yeah. I need them to get points.
So I'm not sure about this one, man. Of all the games that I've looked at and maybe wanted to put a wager on or maybe not, this one I kind of shied away from because I'm like, I don't really know. It's tough.
Like draw tough. Like might end and I might end.
Yeah, I think it's close. Like I'm saying, I don't really know what to call.
Yeah.
Watkins went off injured today, so I don't know if he's gonna be back for this one. I'll have to look up on the news. On the team news, but he was injured in the game. I guess maybe they took him off as a precaution because they were already up 2 goals and they didn't need, But yeah, man, both teams you don't mind to sit and counter. I think Villa will probably dominate the ball. It'll be interesting. No John McGinn because of his disgusting red card. First, the Spurs.
Idiot.
Dude, that kind of sways it even more because if Paqueta gets a hold of the game, Man, I think I'm going to call it 2-2. I'm calling it 2-2.
There will be goals. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, there will be goals.
There will be goals.
Yeah, man. I talked myself into it. I was leaning towards a Villa victory, but
I'll go 2-1 Villa.
yeah, I talked myself into giving West Ham a draw there. Live and direct. Win against. I thought Villa might win it, but then it was like, you know what?
You know what?
Yo, kudos with a Maradona / Messi-esque slaloming run through the entire Freiburg team and slots it home. He's on fire, man. Kudos looking good. This could be a barnstormer, dude. Could be a great game on Sunday. I'll probably have to catch it after the fact because I will be watching the FA Cup. But I might go back and have a look at that one, of course. And then, staying with the theme of tonight's episode, speaking of wagers and, getting lucky, doing a little, gambling. Ivan Toney, Brentford, visiting Burnley.
We said it was Tyvan
Ioni.
That's his
Tavon Ioni, yeah.
That's his username.
His username on DraftKings. Yeah, absolutely.
I think they finally hit a little bounce here. They might get back on it.
What, Burnley, because they blew a 2-0 lead at West Ham?
And
do you think they're going to beat Brentford? No, dude. I think it's the other way around.
I think Brentford get the bounce here.
Yes. That's where I'm at. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, okay.
Slowly, steadily, trickling down. They got to catch a break somewhere, and I think it's here. This is where they can pick up 3 points, get the momentum back, heading. They're a mid-table team, always have been. They're underperforming
since they got here. Yeah.
Right.
Well, so, I mean, since Ethan Pinnock has gone down, like I said it before he got injured. I said it like 4 weeks running. He's the most underrated player in the league. He goes down, and they've been awful.
Yep.
Even with Tavon Ioni up top, and then Ben Mee goes down, and that defense has been shambolic. But so too are Burnley. Shambolic defending. They do have your boy leading the line, Mr. David Datro Fofana.
Yep, giving everyone problems.
He's going to score.
You never know what you're going to expect, man.
He's going to score. And he is going to, if y'all extend that loan, if y'all don't take, y'all should take him back. That's, you know what, I'm not even going to say that because Chelsea should.
Where's he going to play him?
He's the goal scorer, bro. He's the guy that scores goals that no one else is scoring. Yes.
You think he's Jackson?
He's scored every goal I've seen Fofana score for Burnley is better than any goal I've seen Nico Jackson score.
Nico's just more of a we'll get into it, but Nico can play make as well. Fofana is a true. I think it's the other way around. I think Fofana can create for himself. I think Nico needs service. Well, I was saying Nico will also give service. Like Nico will look for a pass.
Well, if he's played on the left, but if he's played down the middle, he's trying to be on the last guy, right?
I don't even think he had to hit Palmer's.
I don't think he did either. I think he stole it.
I think he stole it.
Cheeky bastard.
I've looked at that like a bunch of because one of my friends was like, "Oh, bro, he stole that from Palmer," and I was like, "Nah, man, it was clean. Like it was, it's coming. You just redirect the keeper because he's heading that way. It's a good spread." But then we looked at he was sending me the different angles of it. I was like, "Bro, you might have stole that from old Cole Palmer over here." But yeah, no.
I think the Bees got this one, man.
I do think the Bees got this one, bro. I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Brentford.
3-1 Brentford.
The Bees, not the Bees.
No. 3-1 to the Bees.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Tavon Ioni getting on that score sheet. Let's see. Arsenal Chelsea is postponed. Brighton Man City is postponed. Palace Newcastle is postponed. Everton Liverpool is postponed. West Ham Villa We did that one. Man United is postponed, and Wolves Bournemouth is postponed. Well, there is the predictions for that. Let's see. Yeah, that's everything I got for now. But well, yeah, there you have it. Definitely been a wonderful week in the Champions League, in the Europa League. We can touch on the Europa League for a second. We got plenty of time. We've done well so far tonight. Nice and concise, kept it sharp. The Europa League was crazy today, man. Leverkusen, it's in the stars,
bro. It's the
stars,
Benzema. It's the Benzema run, bro. It's
to keep them unbeaten.
Yeah,
to keep them unbeaten, man. For real, at flipping 92 minutes, they're down. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. And I was like, man, is this where it ends? To Q-Bag, up a man?
Q-Bag, up a man?
No, bro, they were down 1-0, right? They were down 1-0. And then Carabag puts in one of the Brexit challenges and gets a straight red for a horrific challenge. And I had put my money on Leverkusen winning, right?
Oh yeah, me too. I would have as well.
And so I was like, oh, yeah. When they got the red card, I was like, yes, there's hope.
There's hope. And then
immediately they scored the second goal, and I was like,
we don't even need him. We don't even need him.
I switched it off. I was like, oh, that one's done. I moved it over to the Villa game. I was like, that one's done.
In the box, bro. If I'm up by 2 and you're unbeaten, I'm putting 10 men on the goal line.
They did. That's 100% what they did.
I'm stacking the goal. I'm stacking
They did, and they crumbled. They did, and they crumbled like cinnamon coffee cake, dude.
We're linking arm to arm on the goal line.
Red Rover style on the goal line.
Keeper right behind us to pick up the trash with his duck hunter.
Oh, yeah, man. With his duck hunter. Nice. No, that's what they did. Q-Bag definitely just gave more ground and more territory and more space. And Leverkusen like, thanks. We'll take that. No problem. Corner kick, goal. Equalize. And did they stop? No. They kept going and kept going. Boom. And of course, the greatest referee that's ever refereed a game, Anthony Taylor, was in the center. So of course the 6 minutes of stoppage time ended up being 10 minutes of stoppage time. And the written in the stars fairy tale continues. On Leverkusen, go. Yeah, man.
All this is setting up. So it's going to set it up for Liverpool, Leverkusen. Klopp leaves, so Alonso comes in after that game because it's towards the end of that'll be the segue into his Liverpool. That match will be his christening.
Yeah. This is your audition. Yeah, man. I think so. It's interesting when you look at the coefficient rankings and whether or not that 5th place is going to be a Champions League place for England next season. But Arsenal are through, City are through, Liverpool are through, Villa are through, and West Ham are through. Only Brighton went out. Newcastle and Manchester United, of course, but they've been out. And so there is...
Yeah, because there's no dropped out, yeah.
There's a world where England dominate the rest of the competitions. So if Villa just walk and win that competition, and then it's a freak, and the draw just works out to where it's a Liverpool West Ham final, and then a Man City Arsenal Champions League final.
We should already get 5 because the only person to stop us from winning the last 4 Champions Leagues has been Madrid.
Madrid. So it was Liverpool.
We should
No, Chelsea won.
Liverpool, Chelsea. It was Liverpool, Chelsea. Or sorry, it was Liverpool, Madrid, Chelsea, Madrid City.
Liverpool, Madrid, Chelsea,
Sorry,
Madrid,
Chelsea,
Madrid, and then City.
Madrid. City. No, the last 4. You're right, because it went Liverpool, Chelsea, Madrid, City. Or no, sorry, Liverpool, Madrid, Chelsea, City.
Yeah.
No, because City. That's right. No, that's right. It went Liverpool, Madrid, Chelsea, Madrid, City.
Yeah, because Benzema's was 2 seasons ago.
Because Benzema beat both of us. Right.
And then y'all won the season before, and then TT won the year before that. Yeah.
Yep. And then City crowned themselves last season. So it's like, how are you going to deny us when we're the ones heading to those finals
for real,
year in, year out? And it's different ones of us. You have one squad who's giving. I mean, it's their tournament, but you have one squad who's literally the only reason why your country is in the final. We have 3.
Imagine, and see, that's what
if you go all the way. Tottenham wasn't too far away.
Yeah, I mean, Italy's out completely. Napoli, Lazio, Inter, AC Milan. AC Milan's still in Europa League. I think Atalanta went through today in the Europa League. But as far as Champions League, Spain's looking good. Spain's got 3 teams left in the Champions League. Germany with 2. Arsenal with 2. And Paris. Why do I keep forgetting about Paris? I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't know, man. I feel like of all the teams I want to avoid, Paris is not really like up there on teams I would avoid. But of all the players, individuals I want to avoid, Mbappe's number 1. like
yes.
I think we maybe could handle Paris.
Yes.
We could handle Paris, but we're gonna have to score a lot because Mbappe is gonna handle us at least once or twice.
Oh, he's scoring 2. At least 2. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I love you, Willie Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. I'm fans, but Mbappe running at Benny White. The guy that defends with 5 yards of space in between him and his attacker, bro, dusted. And if Mbappe goes to the other side versus Kivior, oh my God, Mbappe versus Zinchenko.
Yo, I thought you were in trouble when you put Zinni in.
We were. He was awful.
As soon as I saw him come in, I was like, yo.
It was bad news Bears. It was absolutely bad news Bears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And of course, immediately he's just come on, come on.
Yeah.
Bro, you just kicked it out of bounds and gave the ball away. Get back. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah. But it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, man. We're through the quarterfinals, up on top of that table. I'm not worried about nothing this weekend. I get to sit back and enjoy all the games and got a nice break. I hope the boys will be chilling in Dubai. I hope they went back. We could use that for sure. And for right now, all of the pressure is elsewhere. So I'm happy. And I gotta say, man, I put some. My money's with the Blues. I'm a Blues fan. I'm cheering your boys.
Yeah, but you gotta cheer the boys, man.
I hope. I don't wish this on anybody, but if there's a Nancy Kerrigan tackle coming in, maybe somebody in your backroom staff slashes the Leicester tires on the bus. Maybe somebody ties Jamie Vardy's shoes together while he's not looking, and he goes and falls on his face.
Maybe Jamie Vardy ties his own shoes together because he's just racing so fast.
No, yeah, I think it's going to be a good weekend of footy, of course, and then
It'll be a fun game.
yeah, we'll be bored for 2 weeks while we wait for the big one.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited about the weekend, and if you are as excited as we are, go ahead and smash up the likes on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for being here. We are on our way to 200, to 500, and of course to the magical 1,000 subscribers. And if you're enjoying all of the content, go ahead and get that little notification bell on as well. As I said, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening, and you will see us next time.